Hey, SideburnsZA.
Mother.
I'm Winston Stozel.
And I'm Matthew Time,
For over a decade, we've lived in southern China,
making YouTube videos that give outsiders a unique insight into Chinese culture.
Having already conquered the south, we're going out of our comfort zones
Into the north.
We're shipping our bikes all the way to Qingdao.
From there, we'll ride for 40 days across 5 provinces.
I noticed you put out a new, actually old, video on ADV China today. In the video, you included the crash that I just played. You announced you are going out of your comfort zone into the north, shipping your bikes to Qingdao, then riding across 5 northern provinces.
I think a lot of people ask and wonder if we're safe, especially our families and wives and things like that, and of course our fans and subscribers. Did we feel safe on the trip? Well, I can speak from my personal opinion first. I think that, having ridden a motorcycle so many years in China now, it is easy to kind of forget the dangers, and we always try to be very aware of them. Like we said, riding at night's not a good idea. Being aware to avoid truck roads where there's big barreling trucks that can't slow down.
Yeah.
They don't have very, very good braking systems and things like that. And of course, watching out for traffic, people popping out, we call them poppers.
Poppers, yeah.
Mother. You.
They come out on the side of the road from these little countryside paths from their
They never
farm
look.
towns, and
They
never
will
look.
never look.
So for example, if I'm coming this
Now wait a minute. I seem to remember that crash from an earlier video. Not only was the video from Guangdong, which is in the south, it isn't even LaoLiesGuy who's behind you, is it?
I'm going to start out by showing you this boot. Okay, can you see that? See if this thing can focus on there. All right, now you may notice that there's a fair amount of damage on the boot, on the leather near the front.
Wait a minute, I have to zoom in. I think I can see a scratch on your boot.
Anyway, let me explain to you why and how this happened. All right, we went on a little ride on Monday, myself and Marty the Dumpling Schmidt. We went on a ride out to Heyuan, which is this beautiful place in Guangdong with beautiful twisty roads.
So, not in the north, and no LaoLiesGuy. Got it.
Marty's busy putting together a video about that, actually, because we took a lot of footage with our drift cameras.
Good thing he's filming behind you.
And there's a sort of a mentality here in China when you drive or ride, and that is that if you pull out, it's not your fault if someone hits you, it's whoever hits you's fault, right? And so people don't really look, they just kind of expect whoever's coming along to just stop. And this is, of course, not the case. It's not true, If you pull out in front of someone like that and they hit you, of course it's your bloody fault.
In the real world, based on your video, yeah, it's mostly the fault of the other rider, but you bear some responsibility just being there.
Anyway, after I'd gathered my composure, I pulled over to the side of the road, made sure that I wasn't badly injured, and I was all right. My knee was a bit swollen, and got a couple of bruises and grazes on my leg. Luckily for the boot, because like I said, my foot would have definitely been broken for sure. It took the brunt of the whole impact.
Actually, based on the video, I'd say the other guy took more of an impact than your boot.
Anyway, once I made sure I was okay, I turned around, and Marty, who was following me, that's why you've got the footage from behind. Luckily, we both were recording, it's just luck. Turned around with me, and we made sure the guy was okay.
Oddly enough, even though you're both recording, you have no video evidence of you going back to check on the guy. Isn't that kind of weird?
He was a bit shaken, but he was fine. But what we noticed was that he had an incredibly strong smell of baijiu, which is a very strong alcohol here. And the reason why we didn't decide to make a fuss and try and involve the police or anything is because it just wasn't worth it. The guy was obviously drunk, and nothing good would have come out of the whole situation.
Based on your previous videos from this same time period, I'd say it's more likely that it was you that was drinking.
He's never going to change his mind. He's never going to stop driving like an idiot. Next time he won't be so lucky. I'm sure the truck, like that big truck, there was a huge truck behind me, by the way.
Wait a minute, I thought it was Marty that was behind you, not a big truck.
And he's lucky that I hit him and not the truck. But I'm guessing that next time it'll be a truck that takes him out, and, you know, the truck will be doing everyone a favor, really.
Wow, could you be any more insensitive? Wait a second. Don't answer that. I already know the answer.
Motherfucker. You.
There is absolutely no indication that you had any intention of stopping. Basically a hit and run, likely with alcohol involved.